Hello there. What's up, friends? Welcome back to Psychopath Exposure. My name is Kita, and today we're going to be talking about Top Gun Maverick. Just kidding. I would love to talk about that perfection of a movie, but I'll leave that for another video, or none at all, because there weren't any narcissists in that movie, or anything stupid either. So today I want to talk about something that I hear a lot. I've been hearing a lot from the people in this community, the survivors in this community, and something that happened to me as well. So let's just jump right to it, and it's, why does the new supply still creep on my social media? Why is the new supply still creeping on my Instagram? And you'd be surprised how common this situation really is. And first of all, what you really got to ask yourself is, are you still creeping on their social media, right? Because how many times, more often than not, coming out of a narcissistic, toxic relationship, and you know that your ex is with somebody else, because that's the pattern that they fall under, right? They start the love bombing with you, and everything is perfection. It's your soulmate. Incredible moments, incredible memories that you build together, and then they start losing interest. Sometimes because they sustain what we call a narcissistic injury. You call them out on something. You put your foot down on something they wanted you to do that you were like, no, I'm not gonna do that. And they were like, oh shit, I can't have my way with this one. I foresee changes. Like my psychopath ex told me, and then everything changed, right? And then they start devaluing you, and nothing you do is good enough, and they just pick fights, and things just start going downhill. They stop all intimacy. They start leaving hints that they're seeing someone else. They're not shy about it. They want to get caught. They want you to know that there's someone else. And then the third phase is when they just utterly discard you and just throw you away like a piece of trash that no longer serves their purpose. Of course, they don't do this and retire back into their cocoon and work on themselves like they say they need to do. Most of the time, they're already in another supposedly committed relationship, right? And 9 out of 10 times is with the exact person that you suspected that they were cheating on you with, or the person that they triangulated you with for all those months or years, even going back from that person and then back to you, then re-idealizing the new supply, re-idealizing you and coming back, right? Playing that game. But 9 out of 10 times, once they discard you, 900 out of 1,000 times or more, because that person is a sucker. That person is a sucker, right? See, you were once a sucker. I was once a sucker, right? But by the time you get to the end of that entanglement, and hopefully you start looking for information online, like what the heck is going on, and you stumble upon channels like this, videos like this, books at the Barnes and Noble, and you're like, what the hell is narcissist? What? Right? Hopefully that starts happening, which is probably why you're watching this video right now. But the new supply has no clue. They have no clue of that. The new supply is the new supply thinks that the narcissist is the prize in this entanglement. They think the narcissist is the prize. They want to beat you. They want to beat you. They think that winning the narcissist over, like getting the narcissist to be exclusive with them and getting you out of the picture, is a victory, because they're so brain dead, brain fogged, manipulated. They're under that spell that you and I were once under, right? And they just they have no clue that this is all a trick and that they're being used, manipulated, but more so used, because narcissists, they're users. Toxic people, they're users, right? They're using you for their greater game, for their greater need. Whatever it is that they feel you can provide for them that they can't do on their own, that's what they use you for. A lot of them will keep you around for papers. They'll marry you for papers to get a visa. That's crazy. You know, some of them, like some of the women, they just wanna bear children and have someone to provide for them, and you know, then they lock you down, then they just let themselves go. They're no longer that person that you fell in love with, right? And they just start treating you like garbage. They start, you know, they go through the devaluation phase, and they start looking elsewhere. They start cheating. Who can be a better provider? Like, what other options do I have? That's pretty shitty if you're married and you have kids with these people, right? And a lot of the guys, like, they just have a harem of women, and it's like you and this one and that one and the other, you know, who's gonna be my best option? Who's gonna be the best option? And you see all these women fighting for that person, right? Fighting for that guy. And they don't realize, they don't stop to realize that it's like, hey, like, he's got a harem. You're just one in the bunch. You're not special. You're not special. But that's what happens when you date a toxic person such as a narcissist. So just keep that in mind. If you're the new supply or even the old supply, if you're watching this video, you're probably the old supply. Are you still creeping up on the new supply social? Are you still keeping tabs? Because I said many times before, you need to block these people and go complete no contact. That means no looking at social media, no stalking their profile. You know, on WhatsApp, you can see when someone's online or they change their profile picture on WhatsApp, and for some reason you feel like you get like a little hit of dopamine by doing that. Just don't do it. But especially don't go looking at the new supply or what they're doing. If you really want to win, right? Winning in this situation is not playing. The only way to win is not to play. If you got out, even if you were discarded, if you got out, you are the winner. At the end of the day, you are the prize, right? So to get back on topic, now we're gonna reverse it. Why is the new supply still creeping on you? Why are they creeping on your social media? Why are they keeping tabs on you? Why are they looking and stalking you, like some people would say, right? You know, sometimes it could be 3 months. You know, if it's like a few weeks in, a few months in, you got to realize that their head's messed up, okay? And everything is too soon. You're trying to understand what the hell happened. They have all this anxiety, right? They're just oozing with anxiety, and they just want to make sure that you're out of the picture, because they don't know that they've just inherited a monster. They have no clue they've just inherited a monster that's gonna ruin their life. Okay? But man, like, it happened to me like a fucking year later, and they're still creeping on my social media. Like, get the fuck out of here, loser. Like, that's an instant block, and it's from a burner account. That's another thing. If you have to create a burner account, right? Or if you have burner accounts, that doesn't mean that you're bored and you're just scrolling on social and you just happen to be bored. No, it means that you logged into your burner account, the one that you have so that nobody knows what you're up to, and you had to type in the person's name, right? And go look for the profile, because you're obviously not following them, right? You see all these steps. When you're going through all these steps, it means your head's fucked up. It means your head's fucked up. Why would they do that? Well, I'll tell you. First of all, I mean, if we're being realistic, there are infinite reasons why that could be happening. So the worst thing that you want to do is start creating a narrative, because then you're gonna spiral back to day zero. like I always say. Obviously, just seeing their name, like if they're creeping on your stories and you see their name, you know, you're gonna feel a hiccup. You're gonna be like, oh shit, like that person again, like I thought I was out, right? But you have to know, you have to know better than that already. You have to understand that if the new supply is still creeping up on you after a year, after 6 months, two years, it doesn't matter. If they're still checking up, remember, you guys are not friends. So if they're doing something like this, and they're the ones that supposedly, they're the ones that supposedly ended up with a narcissist and you got discarded or thrown away or whatever, understand what you went through for such a long time. Understand what you were going through, the nightmare that you were experiencing day in and day out, and feel some sort of relief to know that that's no longer your burden, and it hasn't been your burden, and the new supply inherited all of your problems. All of your problems. They are now where you were not so long ago. And if you had the opportunity to even speak with them, and I'll make a video on that because that goes deep, but if you had the opportunity of speaking with them, and hopefully you're not the one that reached out, right? Because you never want to do that. Then you probably warned them. A lot of my clients in my coaching program tell me that the new supply contacted them, and then, you know, they told them, yeah, this is what's going on, because, you know, they're confused. They don't understand. They're like, they keep talking about you. Are you the ex? What's going on? And then you expose them. You give them some clarity. It's like, look, this is what's happening. This person's been in my life for 3 or 4 years. This is what's happening. You're just the new sucker. And then it's like, holy shit, right? And you think that they're on your side and they're going to work together or something. But no, at the end of the day, they're under the spell. They want to win. They're in love, madly in love, toxic love with the narcissist. They have no idea what the hell none of this is. And they'll turn on you and they'll still chase the narcissist. They'll get right back into that hamster wheel. Think about if it would have happened to you and someone comes and tells you, hey, avoid that person because that person's XYZ. You're going to be like, oh, whatever. Yeah, you're probably still hating or something like that. And then it makes them want the narcissist even more. So when someone comes and tells you sounds like a smear campaign almost, right? So someone that's starting a smear campaign, you got to like look the other way, right? So that's why you never want to go and talk to the new supply, ever. But if you did, what does this tell you? Chances are they're still entangled with a narcissist. Something went wrong, as was predicted, right? Something's going on. The narcissist, maybe they started triangulating them with a new source of supply. They started grooming someone else, right? Maybe they broke up with them. And it's like, what? After I did all this for you, after I went through that, after I gave you 10,000 chances, after I did that, and I still took you back, right? How many times have we taken back the narcissist after unacceptable and atrocious acts of infidelity and betrayals? So just think about what the new supply is going through and realize that if they're still creeping on you, it means some shit went wrong. And they have no idea who this new supply is, and they're still worried about you. They're still worried, and they have to check to make sure that you guys are still not seeing each other. They need to make sure, and they think that they're gonna get those answers on social media. Honey, some people don't post their life on social media, so realize that social media is a fucking facade. You're wasting your time doing something like that. You're wasting your time. Not everybody posts their wedding pictures on social media. Not everybody posts pictures of their baby. Some people like to have a semi-private life. So, going back to the beginning of the video, if you're the one that's still creeping on the new supply or goddamn even the narcissist, don't do it to yourself because it's fucking you up. And you're really not even going to get the truth. You're going to get what the narcissist wants you to see. Okay? And some people aren't even social media savvy. They don't know how to build a cool portfolio, and they just don't care. So just don't get wrapped up in that. But I do feel bad for the new supply if they're still creeping on your stuff, because it just It tells you that, it tells you a bunch of things, but first of all, what it does is confirm once more that the narcissist that abandoned you and betrayed you was indeed a toxic person, and it's a good thing that you're out, because they are going to continue doing the same thing that they always do. Remember, supposedly, the narcissist, when they discard you and they go with the new supply, is because the new supply is supposedly better than you. But that's not true. Remember what I've said, a lot of times these narcissists, they monkey branch to a lower hanging fruit. Okay, a low hanging fruit. That just because someone looks like a supermodel, right, doesn't mean that they're better than you or that they're top quality. Okay, do not be fooled by appearances, guys. Do not be fooled by appearances. You may look, gorgeous on the outside, but you're ugly on the inside. And it takes at least 90 days to get to know someone. And after those 90 days, you start seeing who they really are. And it goes, for both. It goes for the narcissist and for the new supply. Narcissist jumps into someone, they think, oh, this person's better, this person's going to provide me and do this, and they're just so much more good looking, or they're younger, or they're older, they're more mature, or they they have all this zest, whatever it is, because the narcissist doesn't know what the fuck they want. They just get excited with something new, right? But later they realize that they're not as perfect as they thought, because at the beginning they idealize them, right? They groom and they idealize the new supply. Then they realize, damn, you're a piece of shit. I could do better than you. And then the process repeats itself, all right? So do not feel bad that you were discarded. You're gonna feel bad already as it is, because that's like an ultimate betrayal. But do not feel bad thinking that the narcissist, that your ex, your toxic ex and the new supply walked into that sunset and are happily ever after, because that's not true. Remember, once a cheater, always a cheater. And a lot of times these situations are super complicated, and the new supply knows about you, especially if you're like the ex-wife or the ex-husband that they cheated on you, and they're with a new supply, and they're like, oh yeah, I'm still married, but I'm trying to get over that marriage, like we're trying to get the divorce ready, but the divorce never happens, and they keep toying with you, they keep dangling that carrot, but it never happens. So they kind of already know that you're the ex-wife, or the soon-to-be ex-wife, or the soon-to-be ex-husband, but those stories are always skewed and altered to the narcissists, to their benefit. The narcissist never reveals the complete truth. They pick fragments out of the truth. They take those fragments out like an SD card. They pull that shit right out, right? And that distorts reality. The new supply is so dumb and so like spellbound that they don't know what to believe. Just like we were when we were under that spell. And we felt like dumbasses. Remember that? And we're like, what? But it was that cognitive dissonance. We knew some shit was wrong. We knew that there was no coming back from this. And we stayed. And somehow we stayed. Right? But now you're out. You got out. Gives a fuck what the new supply is doing. If they're still checking up on you, it means they're fucked up. Because let me tell you, cheating, betrayal, that shit fucks with people's heads. Okay? That messes up your head. And I don't care how long you stay with a person, you give them a chance and you try to work it out, they get into therapy, blah, 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 blah. You're never going to forget that this person cheated on you. Not just once. Not just once behind your back, hoping you never got caught. Hoping they never got caught. No, they had a full-blown affair. Full-blown affair. Sometimes they even jumped into a relationship while you thought you were in a relationship. It's bizarre, the things that happen with these toxic people, because that's what they are. They're toxic. They got all sorts of baggage and trauma, and they got a disorder, right? They got a disorder. And now they go and they do this shit to you. And it messes with your head too. It messes with your head too. So don't be surprised if you realize now, it's like, wow, everything came to fruition. The same thing must be happening. More or less the same thing is probably happening. I would not waste my time checking up on my ex's new, boyfriend, or the fuck do I care? They're the ex. The ex is blocked. I could care less who they're seeing. But if I was doing that, it would mean that I'm still involved in that drama and in that chaos. I haven't moved on. I haven't let go. I still have an umbilical cord attached to that shit, right? And that just spells chaos. You don't want to get involved with that. If you notice the new supply is still checking up on you, creeping on your stuff, just block the account instantly. Just instantly block it. Okay? Even if they're trying to reach out to you in good faith to tell you, hey, you know what? You were right. Now what do I do? Even if they come to you for help, block it. You do not want to go down that dark path, because it's going to re-trigger you, bring you back into that hell, and they're going to tell you details and things that you really don't want to hear, because it's going to bring you back to that place. It's going to remind you of all the bullshit and all the lies that they told you. And then you're going to start imagining what their relationship was like, because, hey, you're talking to the person, right? Remember, this is the person that was banging your ex behind your back. The hell do you want to have a conversation with them for, right? No, they're dead. They need to be dead to you. Dead, you're indifferent, you do not seek them out, nothing. You want to heal from this shit, you got to put all that stuff behind you. I know it's not easy. It took me a lot of work. Believe me, it took me a lot of work to be able to muster up the courage, because it takes courage, to put something behind you that you're so emotionally attached to and traumatized, right? It's a traumatic emotional attachment that you have, and it's so difficult to part ways with that, even if it's for your own good. It's become a part of you. The chaos has become a part of you. This is why the new supply still checks up on you, because somehow, some way, right? They need to know that you're completely out of the picture, that they're narcissists now, right? That's their narcissist, right? That's their narcissist now. They got to make sure that they didn't come back to you. Where's the confidence? Where's the confidence in that? They have to live verifying stuff. Is that the type of relationship y'all want to be in? A relationship where you have to verify if your partner is still seeing the ex? No. Hell no. So it just goes to show where the new supply is and where that situation is at, And like I said, it's better not to create narratives, because there could be infinite reasons why, right? It could be infinite reasons why, including boredom, but it just shows that you're a loser, right? And you got nothing else to do but, stalk your ex's your ex's ex. It's sad. It's just sad. So when that happens, rather than worrying that, oh man, the new supply is checking up on me, maybe that means maybe the narcissist and them broke up. Oh no, they broke up. That means they still love me and they're gonna come back, and I should be expecting a phone call or something. Oh, don't do it to yourself. And pray that doesn't happen, because you don't want to go back on that merry-go-round. What do you think it's gonna happen if they call you and they tell you, hey, I just missed you, I just wasn't happy with this person, or this person did this and that, or they hurt me and they did this, and you start feeling sorry for them again, and what, you think that you're gonna be happily ever after now, after everything that just happened? Come on, wake the fuck up. That's not how it's gonna go. You know exactly how it's gonna go. It's gonna go exactly how it went before, and the time before that, and the time before that, And here's the caveat. It's going to be worse this time around. And you're going to have so much resentment. And your self-esteem is going to go, you think it's going to go through the roof when they call you or when they come back? Nah. That's the beginning of the trauma bond cycle, where that puts you right on top and you're just flooded with dopamine and serotonin, right? That's what that is. That's not self-esteem. Your self-esteem is going to take a hit when you realize that you're taking back this person, this filthy person. This person's been banging this, you know, I don't need to get gruesome right now. I think y'all know where I'm going with that. So it's kind of like sloppy seconds. You don't want any of it anymore. You had your share. It's time to let that shit go and move on. And again, I know it's hard. That's why I have a coaching program where I can help you guys understand, put these pieces together, and help you get the courage to move forward, right? And becoming unstuck from this toxic situation that you're in that genuinely feels like it's hopeless, right? It's not hopeless. It's only hopeless if you keep doing the same things that you've always done. You're going to keep getting the same things you've always gotten. I had to find a mentor myself. I needed answers. I needed help. I couldn't do this on my own. I had someone in my corner. I'd love to be in your corner if you're interested. So just reach out. Reach out if you'd like to work together, and we can combat this situation on a one-on-one basis. It's a coaching program I have. We do it virtually online through Zoom meetings. So if you'd like more information, just click the link below in the description, and reach out to me, and I'll give you some more details to make sure we're a good fit for each other, and we can get started right away. And if you haven't picked up my ebook, and this is your first time here, I wrote an ebook that I gave away for free to everyone in the community. It's called The 5 Steps Ongoing No Contact with a Psychopath Narcissist, and it explains to you how to establish boundaries and actually surround yourself with like a fort. I'm romanticizing here, but it's like you're creating a fort by blocking and stopping any avenue that the narcissist has of contacting you again. If they really want to contact you, they're going to have to work for it. Okay? Nothing comes easy here. And this just gives you a little bit of more peace of mind. So you can just download the ebook. It's absolutely free. Click on the link below for that as well. And it's just great to be back. I would love to hear some of your stories. If some of you that have been asking me this question about the new supply, go ahead and sound off in the comments below. And if you got some value out of this video, as usual, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel so that we can keep growing and continue to expose these toxic, disordered fucks, and grow the community. Continue to get the information out there. Honestly, I look forward to seeing you guys again in the next video. So take care for now, and peace out.